Hey guys, welcome back today with a new event, the Bravado Cup, hosted by Sugar-Free Nos. This is an event where we will only be racing cars manufactured by Bravado. And I'm in a team with O'Darn. We race for Richard Majestics, and this is week 1 where we will have 2 races, old school versus new school, because we are racing the Bravado Verlierer against the Bravado Banshee. So Banshee old school this name of the car is ridiculous, really. So my car is the new car and the Banshee is the old car, and we will start the race soon. So let's see how the start goes. Off we go. Had quite an awful start, as you've seen there, because I tried to get the right gear for the start, but I completely messed up with this car. Yeah, that didn't work well. And then this happens. I'm following my teammate, and you see Blade, he's lagging just a bit. Blade releases the gas. My teammate Darn had to brake for that, and I wasn't expecting it too much because I saw Blade releasing the gas, and I thought Darn could do the same, but he had to brake for it, and I just ran into his rear, causing quite a huge crash where Cloud Make Short, he flew into the air about, I don't know, 10 miles. I think it was in stratosphere somewhere, and I had to wait for him, and I wasn't sure if he already passed me. That's why I was standing there at the pit exit. So that incident actually put me into 26th position, and then this happened. I don't know what Nos was doing there. I think he had some brain damage right in that minute or second there. Really don't know. And then he just keeps going. Quite funny. In the end, he said he wanted to let me pass on the right side, and wanted to go onto the left side to let me pass him, but didn't look like me. Didn't look to me like that. So that was a really weird incident. But nevertheless, I was in 26 before, now I'm in 27, so even better. And I can tell you, after this, that was a hell of a ride, really. It was great racing, battling so many other cars. Here right now, Wish of Ghost, one of our new crew members in the Banshee right now. And I'm trying to go onto his inside here, but I know the next turn is quite tricky with an understeering car, but I'm not making the turn. Hit that tire barrier and completely mess up my front suspension. My car looks like, I don't know, somebody crushed it with a nutcracker. I don't know if you call that a nutcracker. At least you do that in Germany. So we are in lap 2 now, and I'll decide. I'm in last, or almost last, but if you look at the map, nobody is behind me, because the 29th person is actually our person who does the grid up. So I'm in last, and I decide if I'm in last, I can take my pit stop. I have to do it anyway because my front suspension is just broken. You see, Wish of Ghost. I think it was Wish of Ghost. At least somebody, he hit that wall there and just stopped instantly on the main straight. Yeah, I think it was Wish of Ghost. So I'm coming out of the pits and last, and I do this because I don't want to actually battle the other guys right now. I just want to get into the race, settle myself, get some clean laps without actually battling other people. That's why I tried to go into the pits there, and it didn't quite work out because I came out behind Wish of Ghost. Would have actually liked to stay in front of him or have a bigger gap to him, but with this overtake right here, I'll manage to create some gap with the next car in front of me, so I can actually now put in some clean laps. And I was looking at the times, I think a bit ago, and it was quite funny that after the second turn or so, I already had like 36-second gap to the leader, Grim Reaper. He was, I think he was in the, also in the Verlierer, so he's in the same car as myself. By lap 4, as you see, I managed to proceed into 23rd position, and I'm coming up to Michiski, and I'm deciding to take another pit stop because I looked at the map and I saw that the guys behind me have quite a distance to me, and it worked out perfectly. I just came out of the pits in front of that car, and right here instantly managed to pass Mitch. And now look at the map. I have a about 5-second gap to the next car in front of me, which allows me again to just drive clean and fast laps instead of having to battle other cars. So that worked out really well. By lap 6 I managed to catch up to the cars in front of me. I'm in 18th position now because I passed some people who took their pit stops. And that car is Sugar-Free Nos, and he is following a pack of 4 cars. And I know Nos probably is the toughest one of these 4 cars to pass, so I'm focusing on passing him quickly while he is battling the other cars, and we'll see how that works out, because I know if I can't pass Nos, I'll lose a lot of time, because he's one of the more experienced drivers, or one of the most experienced drivers actually. And you always want to pass experienced guys either quick or try to follow their lines and go as fast as them, because if you're battling with them, you just lose a lot of time. And you see, he is having some troubles to actually pass Saber, and I had to slow down here, but I'll just grab the inside here. He holds the outside very good, and now I thought, alright, haven't made the overtake, but he goes quite wide in that chicane, allowing me to go onto his inside and get the move done. So that worked out really good. And now I can try my luck on Saber, who proved himself to be a tough guy to overtake actually. Nos didn't manage to. And let's see if I'm able to pass Saber faster than Nos, because that's another key element when you're coming from the back. You need to make up time to the leaders, which is difficult, but you also need to pass the other people as quick as possible, because you don't want to lose more time. And here you see even rain started to kick in. Whoa, Saber is going a bit wide there. I'll almost crash into him. Don't know how we managed to keep that clean somehow. Yeah, as I said, rain started to kick in, so that's quite interesting. And with the Verlierer, you have quite an advantage in the rain, because this car is so understeery but has a lot of grip. So in the rain, this car is easier to drive than cars that oversteer, for example the Verlierer or so. But never underestimate the effect of the rain. There I completely misjudged the braking point in the rain. That wasn't thought out very well, but that's most of the time when this happens, when you have like heavy braking turns in races where it just started to rain. The first time you come there, you always want to brake earlier than you usually do, because if you're not, just things like that happen. You completely miss your braking point and run wide. Here, Prutog just came out of the pits. I'll manage to almost get a clean pass on him, bump him into the rear, give him some speed up the hill, costing me speed. But the Verlierer, as you see here, just has that tiny bit more power up the hill, which allows me to go onto his inside, brake a bit earlier. Here you see as him, he goes up the hill there. So that pass is done, and I'm into 13th position by lap 8. If he did 1 or 2 pits. The next lap, lap 9, I'll make my way up to Chill. He's the teammate of Sugar-Free Nos, and as you see, you might be wondering, wasn't Nos driving the Bravado Verlierer too? And if you thought that, yes, you're right. Those guys actually picked the same car, which wasn't allowed in this event, which is really funny, because Nos, the event host, should know the rules. So they both got a penalty for this race. They didn't get points, and they were moved back for in the grid for the second race. So really tough luck for these two guys. But let's see how I manage to pass Chill, because Bravado against Bravado always not Bravado, the Verlierer against the other Verlierer, it's always very tricky. And here you see I bump him into the rear, almost lose my car there on the jump. That was like the worst moment to actually hit his rear. Right before the jump, just makes the car so unstable, and you saw I'll barely manage to keep everything together.
Recover.
And right behind me now is I think, no, sorry, going for Benny Motorworks in also a Bravado. And I can explain the rules for this event. The scoring, you actually have an overall scoring for this race, where you score in the race from position 1 to 10, and then you score points in your own class. So let's say I'm driving the Verlierer and Chill is 2, so I'm racing him for points in my class. So you actually score twice per race, which is an interesting scoring system for this event. And it turned out quite close after week 1 in the championship standings, but I will show you that in race 2. So here, get a better exit out of the chicane, which is a very important turn on Parsons Loop. You always want to learn how to take that chicane so you can carry more speed through it, because you can overtake almost 100% if you get a better exit out of the chicane on this uphill section. So that is a turn. If you race this track, you definitely want to learn how to take that track properly. And here I'm coming up to Blah, and he's also in my class. So I'm slowly but surely proceeding to the places where I get more points. And there, who was that? That was like a golden Verlierer on the roof. Somebody must have misjudged the jump there. Lucky for me, I'll just go into 10th position, so I'm currently getting 1 point for the overall race position. And if I can pass these two guys, Creepy Killer and Blah, here just make a move onto the inside. Always a good overtaking possibility there, to just make a surprise move onto the inside. Hope that the other car on the outside can't carry as much speed. That's always a good point to overtake. And Creepy Killer here, another car of my class. If I pass these two, then I actually am in the points for my class too, and also getting more points than before. So that's actually working out quite well, having in mind that I started actually in last. So here Creepy Killer makes a slight mistake, just hits the inside of the first turn there. The inside wall goes wide due to that, and gets pushed to the outside, letting me get through on the inside. Here, looking at the times, I'm now 3 seconds behind Bebo Castello and 7 seconds behind my teammate. And here we are in lap 12. I'll caught up those 3 seconds to Bebo, and I'm now going out of the chicane again. And as you see, if you just get a better exit, look how much space you make up. It's just so much time you can gain just by one turn. And here I'm almost at his bumper. Before I was away about 3 car lengths maybe. And here we're going up the hill. I'm trying to get a better run up the hill here. Take a shorter line than him. That actually works out. We are side by side now. But the next turn will lead into the jump. So that will be quite interesting. How are we gonna do this in the jump? Brake. Oh, almost crash here. Inside of the light pole. And I have the inside for this turn. That was a pretty nice battle there with Bebo. Grats on holding his line there. Really good job. And I'm in 7th position by lap 12. So that worked out good. Lap 15 was actually my fastest lap of this race. I just wanted to show you that one. Because it was also the fastest lap of the event day. Or the week. Event week, week 1. And race 1. It was a good lap. And I'll just let you look at it right here. So the first chicane, as I told you, really important. Don't want to hit the outside there. So you need to have a stable car. The Verlierer always understeering a bit, or actually quite a lot. So you need to adjust your car, suspension, tires, wing, everything to your liking, that you actually are able to have quick changes of directions with the car. That's always very important. And here up the hill, cut over the grass. Here, 2 tires onto the grass to just have the shortest line. Then up the hill, just keep the car straight. Try not to steer too much. Going over the hill, the jump, brake a bit, take the jump, and then you go around this turn. Don't hit the sign on the outside. Here, you don't want to hit the guardrail on the outside. And here I always see people going really wide. You want to hug the white line on the inside. That would be an ideal line. Here, don't hit the guardrail there. With an understeering car, always quite tough. And here again, 2 tires onto the inside dirt, go to the outside, take this jump, and then the last turn is done by now. So there we have it, a 1 minute 40.799, I think, which was, as I said, the fastest lap of the race. And we have 2 laps to go. We are in lap 16 now, and there's, if you look at the map, nobody in front of me anymore. I thought the race is over, I just proceed to the end. But Natalia had to do another pit stop. If you remember, Natalia, our lagging competitor, I think I made the video Ode to Lag. That was just for him. And if you look closely, you see he's not lagging anymore. He actually fixed his lag issues, so good job on that, Natalia. So we could actually have a real battle against each other, which was really nice. Here you see the Bravado going up the hill again, me trying to take a shorter line on the inside, and there you see 2 cars in front. They are battling each other, and I think it's 1 car being overlapped coming up. That was Uncle Eddie, and Uncle Eddie will play a big role in the outcome of this race if I get 5th or 6th place actually. There you see him, he just got lapped by the other 2 cars. There was O'Darn, my teammate in the Banshee. He was battling with, I think, Super Stepper for 2nd place. And there we see Uncle Eddie. He's going a bit wide, and I'm really close to Natalia. Make a mistake there, and he pushes him to the outside. I don't know what was going on there. I think Eddie, he's lagging a bit, so he also pushed me out. And I lose about, let's say, 1 to 2 seconds to Natalia just by that incident. So that was really unfortunate. And it was only 1 lap to go, but by the end of the first uphill section, all caught up to Natalia again. And I'm thinking maybe I get 1 more shot at actually overtaking. So let's take a look at it. If I'll manage to close the gap and actually get another overtake done and proceed into 5th position. So here Natalia goes a bit wide, spins his rear, loses the control over his car a bit, and allowing me to actually be at his bumper right now. But there's no way I could get past, and then I hit that bush with my huge spoiler, and the race was actually over. No more chances for me to overtake Natalia. I had to go with 6th position, which in the end, or actually 5th position, because somebody else had to take a pit stop. 5th position, which was good, having in mind that I started from last position after the first lap. And here you see the final result. Grim Reaper, I don't know if it's his first win in an event, but he won the race, so good job on that. Super Stepper, Odar, Natalia, and myself. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next race. Bye bye.